artificial intelligence, soft computing, and medical image processing. With over 34 years of teaching experience, including more than 12 years as a professor, Dr. Atique has mentored 15 PhD scholars and 2 MPhil students. His research contribution include 68 publications with 48 Scopus indexed paper across international and national journals and conference. He has also been an innovator holding 3 granted patents and 7 published patents in the Indian Patent Journal, along with 5 copyrights. Additionally, he has authored 2 books published by Germany and New Delhi. Dr. Atique has in academic and research development, having executed a piece 1,20,000 crores, 1 crore 20 yes, 1,20,000 crores student access center project and a UGC sponsored major research project. He is an NBA, NAT assessor and trainer and has been actively involved in a curriculum design at Sant Gage Baba Amravati University as a Board of Studies chairman and academic council member. He has delivered over 106 expert lectures, chaired multiple international and national conferences, and participated in 52 weeks of training programs. He is also a fellow and life member of several prestigious professional bodies, including IETE, IE, ISTE, CSI, and IJCNN, USA. His academic influence extends beyond national borders, having attended international conference in Greek. Dr. Atique continues to contribute significantly to the field of computer science and engineering, fostering research and innovation in emerging technologies. Please join me in the welcoming for Mohammad Atique, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I hope I am loud and clear.
Yes, sir. Very much.
I'm an ordinary teacher just like you, okay? But there is no other difference. The only difference is that I have spent more time in academia, okay? That may be the only difference. Anyway, thank you very much for such a detailed introduction. Okay, as far as this session is concerned, so I'll be with you for approximately 3 hours or so, right? So we'll be touching upon one important aspect of this theme, whatever is going on right now in your refresher course. Okay, we will explore what AI is. Okay, and definitely we will have some hands-on in the second part of the session, wherein we will see that is how we can make use of this AI. Okay, and we can make our life more comfortable and enjoyable. Right. So with this note, I will start. And first of all, let me put on record my apologies for joining a little bit late. Actually, what has happened, there was some technical problem at my end. I used to join and then there were some disruptions and so on. Anyway, so allow me to share my presentation. First of all, in the first part, what we will do, we will have some theoretical foundation. Okay, we will just try to understand what this technology is all about. And in the second session, as I promised you, we will have some hands-on on some of the tools. Okay, wherein our focal point would be that is research in particular. So what are the various tools for research? Okay, definitely we'll have some hands-on on some education related tool as well. Okay, but our focal point would be that is how we can make use of various tools for research in particular, right? So having said this, I hope my entire screen is visible to you. I have started sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Screen is visible.
Okay, okay. So just allow me to, what has happened 2-3 times, I faced some problem, some or the other problem. Okay, that has led to this kind of a scenario. Okay. Well, hopefully my slides are visible to you.
Yes, sir. Slides are visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, and I would love to interact with you. Okay, if you can stop me at any point of time in between, rather I would be happy to answer your queries. Okay, so there is no formal way in which we will interact. Okay, you may interrupt me in between. Okay, but if it is possible that we can have question and answer at the end, that would be a better format. That is what I personally feel. But even if you feel like asking me, interrupting me somewhere in the you can say in between, okay, I do not have any problem. So, as I said, that we will start our deliberation, and I know I am addressing to a diverse crowd, wherein there are people from arts and humanities and science and technology, and maybe few people maybe from computer science as well. Okay, but we will keep our discussion on a very fundamental level, wherein we will just try to understand what this technology is all about. At least all of you will agree with me, that is irrespective of your discipline, okay, knowingly, unknowingly, this technology is touching upon almost everybody's life. So whether you are a teacher, or you are a architect, or you are a, you can say, lawyer, or you are a medical professional, right? Irrespective of your profession, okay, this is the technology which is little bit disruptive in nature, is touching upon everybody's life. So we'll just try to understand this, that is how this technology has evolved, what this technology is all about. Okay, and then what are the various terminology which are usually tossed in this area? What are the problems associated with this? There are, again, whenever we talk about some technology, okay, it is not always that you have only advantages or only plus side of that technology, but you may have certain drawbacks as well. So all those areas we'll touch upon, wherein we will just try to understand what is black box problem in AI, and what are the various consequences of black box problem, what are the solutions, and so on. Okay. Apart from this, we will have some discussion on some other consideration, like what they call it as the ethical consideration. That is, most of the people, they are worried about what will happen in the in future. Okay, whether it will kill our creativity, or there are definitely, there are a lot of issues. So all those aspects we will definitely touch upon, and we'll just try to understand what are the solutions, okay, and in what way we are supposed to deal with these tools and so on. Right. Now, having said this, let me begin my deliberation with a very fundamental question, that is, what is AI in general? So we will start with a very layman's definition, wherein we'll not use any jargon words and so on. But we will just try to understand how this technology has evolved, what is AI in general, right? What are the various, you can say, the constituents of this technology and so on, right? And then we will move ahead with some areas, okay, wherein you will be surprised to know, that is, whenever we talk about you can say computing, so what comes to our mind is, that is, we are dealing with numbers. So is it possible to compute with words? That is the another area which we'll just try to have a look at, and then we will relate these with the how it is being used, okay, how it is being used by various tools, that is deep learning tools, and maybe the agentic AI and whatnot, right? So this is what is there on the agenda. So let me begin my deliberation with what is AI in general first, right? So what do you feel? What is AI? What is your perception about AI? If you can unmute yourself, I don't know what kind of, whether you enjoy rights to unmute yourself, but let's say if it
Yes,
is
sir.
possible, yes. So what do you feel? What is AI? What is your perception about AI? And again, posing this question is not to uh, judge your knowledge or test your knowledge. Rather, it is simply to get you involved in the discussion. There is no other reason. Right.
Sir,
Good
So,
afternoon.
machine think
yes,
like
very good
human.
afternoon. Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon.
Sir, machine think like human.
Yes, very great. Madam, you are from computer science or?
Computer science.
Okay, okay, great. So,
Sir,
yes, sir.
mimic of human activities.
Mimicking human behavior. Yes, very, very well said, sir. Yes, tell you. So, there are two, you can say, fantastic definitions coming up. That is, it is nothing but, as Madam has said, uh, act like humans or mimicking human behavior. That is nothing what AI is all about. So, it is simply a study of mechanism that think and act like humans, or simply any technique that enables computer to mimic human behavior. So this is, what should I say? This is basically a layman's definition of AI. Okay, this is a layman's definition of AI. Rather, this is our perception of AI, what we feel as a human being. Now, let me move further. And what is so special about human intelligence? What do you feel? What is human intelligence, and what are the peculiar characteristics which makes is, you can say, one of the most intelligent species, rather living species on the world, right? On the earth, I should say. So there are certain things. There are certain things. The very first one is what they call it as, we are capable of learning. We are capable of comprehending phenomena or objects. Okay, we are, this is God Almighty has given us all these characteristics. So learning capability is comprehending information or phenomena, okay, taking decisions. Okay, decision making is one of the crucial component, okay, which makes human intelligence different from, you can say, the artificial intelligence, right? So, but we are here talking about artificial intelligence. Let's say if we can incorporate all these things into a machine, you can definitely refer to that particular machine as an intelligent machine or intelligent system. So, what an intelligent system must have? It must have intelligence. It must be capable of interpreting information and comprehending the relations. I'm sorry, sir. Roll number 29, sir. Uh, if you have any specific query, otherwise, yes. Thank you. Thank you for muting yourself. Okay, so comprehension. Okay, and last but not the least, applying the acquired information to new condition. That is, whatever you learn. So during learning phase, whatever information or whatever knowledge you acquire, if you can apply that knowledge and if you can take decision in altogether new condition, that is what is, you can say, the decision making process is all about, right? That is what is the decision making process is all about. So intelligent system has got these four peculiar characteristics present in them. Okay, now when it comes to, you can say, the approaches of solving any problem using computers, broadly there are two areas. One area is what they call it as the mathematical modeling. Okay, now if you look at the evolution of this technology, what has happened, actually this is not at all new. This term AI was very first time tossed by, rather coined by, uh, 1956 by John McCarthy. Right. So it is not at all new. 44 years, 45 years, maybe, and 25 years, maybe, that you can think of. But what has happened? What has happened in the recent past? Okay, why this is becoming now is an area of concern is now there are thousands of applications. There are, I should say, millions of applications. We will see when we'll dig all those aspects in the second session, wherein we will have some hands-on on some of the tools. Okay, so you will realize now it is becoming a challenge for all of us as a human being. Okay, because it is addressing certain areas wherein, as a matter of fact, we were having some edge over all other things, like, say, innovation, creativity, and whatnot, right? But if you look at the historical perspective of this particular, you can say, AI, or any way of solving, you can say, the computer based solutions to any problem. Okay, there were two approaches. One is the mathematical modeling, wherein huge number crunching was needed. Rule based systems were there. Now the rule based systems were actually referred to as expert systems. Okay, expert systems. Say, for example, if you are preparing a medical diagnosis system for a homeopath doctor, so what is it exactly? In that case, what do? We fade in all those rules, whatever is there in that repertory. Okay, and we, whenever a patient visit the doctor's clinic, okay, he will be asked all those questions, and then all those symptoms were keyed in, and then what it will do, it will diagnose the disease the person or the patient is suffering from. But what happens, let's say, if you give altogether new symptoms, in that case this rule based system is a big failure. It will say no match found, because those symptoms are not fed in to that particular machine. So it will come up with a blunt answer, no match found. Okay, and it will not be able to diagnose because it is beyond the scope of that particular rule base. Okay, so all these limitations were gradually overcome by what they call it as the AI-based approach, or one umbrella term which is typically used. If you look at the, you can say the historical perspective, they call it as a soft computing-based approach. Okay, now let me elaborate further on these two aspects. So one approach which is hard computing, wherein you have basically precise model, you have exact values. Okay, you have symbolic logic reasoning, traditional numerical modeling, and such methods were deployed. On the other hand, you have soft computing approach, wherein we do not have approximate, we do not have precise model, rather we have approximate model. Okay, and approximate reasoning or functional approximation and randomized search are being used in this case. Now, how it is different with our, if you look at the human decision making, okay, you will be surprised. It is very closer to that approach. I'll give you some analogy which will make your idea a little bit more clear. Say, for example, you are in a parking lot of a mall and you want to park your vehicle. So what do? Whether you get down from the car and then measure the exact amount of space available and then you draw your car to the desired location. It is not at all like that, right? What do? We take decision based on approximation. Okay, or the other way around. Let's say you are on a highway and some long vehicle is in front of you and you want to overtake that vehicle. So what do? Whether you get down, ask the other fellow to stop, and then you measure the amount of space and then you push the accelerator? No, never ever. So what do? We take decision based on approximation. Again, that decision is subject to right or wrong. Okay, you may take a wrong decision and maybe possible that you will collide in a parking lot with a column, or maybe on a highway, maybe the other vehicle coming from the opposite side, and then, so that is possible. I'm not saying that all those decisions are always right, but this approximate models is very closer to your real-time decision-making process. Okay, so that's why we use here approximate reasoning, functional approximation, and randomized search, meaning thereby we will not search the entire database. Rather, we will search a localized search wherein, and we will take our decision based on that local data. Okay. Now, having said this, the hard computing approach and the soft computing approach is what? Soft computing approach is nothing but what we use in AI, right? So soft computing is you can say umbrella term, okay, wherein we use exactly whatever we are using in AI. It is basically a soft computing approach. Now let us go a little further and just try to have some concrete definition, more technical definition. Again, I'll keep my discussion, as I said, on very fundamental level. Okay, so what is soft computing? It is the symbiotic use of many engineering problem solving discipline, one way. Second important definition is it is in contrast to traditional hard computing. Now, what I am trying to emphasize here is, if you look at the very first word, it has been defined by a person or a man, that is Professor Lutfi Alizadeh, who is also known as the father of soft computing. Okay, these are his words. That's why it is in quotes, right? So, in contrast to traditional hard computing, soft computing exploits the tolerance for imprecision. What does this mean? Imprecise knowledge. We are dealing with what? Imprecise knowledge, imprecision, uncertainty. Word is full of uncertainties and partial truth. So there is nothing in the word which is 100% true or 100% false. It is true to the degree of some truthfulness. And that is what we are exactly talking about, right? So it is not 100% true, 100. So it is now we are referring to 0 and 1, that is true and false, but we are referring to the values between 0 and 1. So that's why it is said that it is a complete paradigm shift. Okay, it is a 360-degree shift, I should say, from the traditional way of solving any computer-based problem. Okay, and what is the advantage of having this kind of a setup is to achieve tractable, robust, and low cost and better rapport with reality solution. I'll elaborate on this aspect. Okay, if you simply look around, whether you are at home or whether you are in office, okay, you will find that there are a lot of electronic gadgets which we are using in our day-to-day life, and the manufacturers of all those gadgets, they claim that they are having intelligent machines some way or the other. Okay, for example, look at the washing machine, or simply look at the air conditioner. Okay, Or maybe look at the, you can say the other way around, your microwave oven. Or for that purpose, you look at even simply if you look at your car, okay, they claim that, the manufacturer claimed that it is AI enabled. Now everything is artificially intelligent, becoming AI enabled, AI intelligent in that respect. How come this is possible? Okay, this is possible by means of this technology. What is it exactly? Let's say if you want to automate your washing machine job, what you need to do is, almost all the automatic washing machines, they are fuzzy, they are using fuzzy logic as the baseline theory. Okay, so let's say we are dealing with 3 or 4 parameters, so you can design approximately 27 or 30 odd rule, and you can very well embed those rule in a microcontroller chip. And if you put that chip in control of all the components installed in a washing machine, okay, it will behave as if a human being is washing. Okay, it will add the water, it will add cold and hot water, it will, you can say, add the detergent, and then it will apply hard or soft wash mechanism and whatnot. So what I'm trying to emphasize here is, by using this small concept, okay, you can automate any job. Okay, you can do automation for any activity, I tell you. Right? We'll see certain examples wherein we'll talk about agentic AI and so on in the second session. Okay, but having said this, what this technology is all about? In this case, it is a complete paradigm shift. Okay, it is a paradigm shift in terms of many you can say parameters, right? Now, having said this, if you look at the soft computing, objective is to mimic human behavior or linguistic reasoning. There are 4 constituents of this soft computing, 4 main constituents. Okay, what are they? One is the fuzzy system, second is the neural networks, third is the evolutionary computing, and the fourth one is the probabilistic reasoning. Now, we'll go one by one. Okay, if you look at each one of them, they are good in some or the other area. For example, fuzzy systems are good when you are dealing with imprecise knowledge. Okay, so imprecision. Neural networks are capable of learning. Just like human beings are capable of learning, on the similar line, neural networks can be trained. Okay, now there are various training mechanism. Again, we'll not go into the details, but we will definitely have some cursory look at how they are basically trained. So neural networks is another area. Third one is the probabilistic reasoning. Fourth one is the evolutionary computing. Okay, now if you look at these 4 dimension of you can, or rather the constituents of soft computing, okay, you have got their strength lies in the type of problem you are dealing with. Let's say in case of washing machine, if you are dealing with imprecise knowledge wherein you don't have exact knowledge, okay, then what do we do in that case? We apply. I'm sorry, I really sorry for the interruption, but really sorry. Okay, I hope my slides are visible to you. Hello.
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
not yet. Not yet. We can
Your
see
Zoom,
the Zoom. Yeah,
Now,
it is visible now.
yes,
now
now it is
visible.
visible. Now
Now
it
it is visible, sir.
sorry.
Your video is not visible.
Oh, video. Let me. What has happened actually? I am holding as the person who has introduced me has informed that I am a director of my own center. Okay, so the simultaneously one program is going on. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So anyway, so there was some issue with regard to the resource person, so I need to take that call. Anyway, so sorry for the. I think this is second time I'm doing. Let's hope that here onwards we will not have any interruption in between. Anyway, what I was talking about, fuzzy system, then neural networks, and then we have probabilistic reasoning, wherein, let's say, if you are dealing with uncertainty, and the fourth one is the optimization. That is what they call it as the biologically inspired algorithms, wherein we have AND colony optimization and so on. So each constituent of this soft computing is good in some or the other area, right? But let's say if your problem requires a hybrid combination of one or two, or maybe more than two, okay, that is again possible. So there are systems available wherein people are using fuzzy neuro or neuro fuzzy kind of a thing, or probabilistic reasoning fuzzy logic. Okay, so it all depends upon what kind of problem you are dealing with, right? And that will make your job a little bit more challenging and difficult as well, right? But they are good in some or the other area. So by using fuzzy logic, you can you can automate jobs like, say, washing machine or maybe air conditioner and so on, right? Now, having said this, we need to know one particular area. I personally feel that we should little bit talk on is basically computing with words, right? So whenever we talk about computing, okay, whenever we talk about computing, the very first thing which comes to our mind is that is we are dealing with numbers. Okay, we are dealing with numbers, because computation, whenever you talk about, you are dealing with numbers. So I'm giving you one another dimension of this technology, that is AI. Is this AI is that is it is possible to compute with words. Okay, now before I proceed further, I would love to know from you whether you personally feel that it is possible to compute with words. What is your take on this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Qualitative analysis is possible nowadays. Some
Okay.
software like NVivo are used.
Great, great. So this is after AI, okay, but we are referring to the evolution, right? So what has happened again? This was this concept was given by the father of soft computing, that is Lutfi Ali Zadeh, okay, wherein he has introduced that is it is possible to compute with words. Now we'll just try to digest this concept with the help of a pretty simple example, okay. And what is that example is? Right. The best example is, say, best example is, let's say I'm giving you some proposition with regard to a lady called Rekha, okay, and I'm assigning you a task, that is, I'm asking you to compute her age. Okay, so let us consider that there is a lady called Rekha, okay, and I'm making two English-like statement with regard to that lady, okay, that Rekha has a son in mid-20s, and the another proposition is she has a daughter in mid-30s. Okay, and the third proposition is the word knowledge, which is known to almost every one of us. That is usually the mother's age at birth of child is between approx 20 or 20 for short, or approximately 40 or asterisk 40 for short. Right. Now, having said this, my question is, again, it is an open-ended question. All of you can attempt it. Okay, I am not giving you any numbers. Okay, I am providing you some information set with regard to lady called Rekha under consideration. Okay, and I am making two propositions regarding Rekha, that she has a son in mid-20s and she has a daughter in mid-30s. Okay, so what do you feel? What is your take on this? It is with this much knowledge, that is P1 and P2, and third one is the word knowledge. Okay, is it possible to compute Rekha's age? If yes, how?
Approximately.
Yes, sir.
Approximately, probably 55. 50 to
55.
55.
Great attempt, sir. You must have carried out some computation. Okay, but how you have computed this value? 55, you said. Great. How you have
Sir,
computed?
as you said, first I took the world knowledge 20 or 25, probably the age
Yes.
of 25.
Okay.
They got married, and the daughter is in the 30s. So 30 plus 25 equals 55. This is the
Yes.
calculation which I made.
Yes, yes. So exactly, sir, you are very right. Okay, you have done a great job, I should say. But how you will process this? Okay, this is being a human being. We have got some. We can infer certain things which are hidden in these statements itself. But let's say if you are processing these two statements with a computer and you want to write a program, okay, how you will process this? How you will process that she has a son in mid-20s? How you will process this information? Or she has a daughter in mid-30s? How you will process this information? Right. So we need to apply a small operation, what they call it as the appreciation. Okay. And what is that appreciation is pretty simple, I tell you. Okay. Say, for example, the very first statement, okay, I will appreciate it, that is P1. I'll convert that P1 to P1 star so as to simply distinguish it that it is after appreciation. Okay. Age son is asterisk 25, as professor has rightly pointed out. Okay. And similarly, she has a daughter in mid-30s. This can be appreciated as age daughter is asterisk 35. Now, what I'm doing, I am translating those English-like statement to what they call it as a computation-ready word. Now, I'm getting numbers here. If you critically look at, okay, you will be surprised that we are translating those English-like statement into numbers. Okay, that is age son is asterisk 25, age daughter is asterisk 35, and the third one is the word knowledge, that is usually mother's age at birth, child is between 20 or asterisk 20 for short, and short 40 or asterisk 40 for short. So what is it we are doing here? That is now if we aggregate these three functions, age rekha is hello. Right now I am in a meeting. I'm in a meeting. मैं मीटिंग में हूँ मैडम, ऑनलाइन मीटिंग में हूँ. Sorry, sorry for the interruption. But what has happened? Now we are translating that P1, P2, and P3 into statements like P1 star, P2 star, and P3 star. And if you aggregate these three, that is aggregation function, age rekha is asterisk 25, usually asterisk 20, asterisk 40. Fusion, asterisk 35, usually asterisk 20, asterisk 40. So this will give you an approximate or rather a perfect answer that Rekha's age is 55. She is 55 years old, right? So this small concept has given birth to n number of solutions. What we used to call it is in today's era, what we used to call it as a natural language processing or NLP, right? So NLP, now based on this, you have numerous examples, okay, which you can see, you can observe in your day-to-day life. Siri is one of them, right? What do you do whenever you log into some website or any handset or any portal? Okay, you will find some assistant in the form of a chatbot will appear, and he or she will wish you, okay, good morning, good evening, and she or he will start interacting with you, wherein they are capable of giving almost 80 to 90% of your query resolved at that point of time, which were earlier used to be handled by human being, right? So this small concept, okay, when it was tossed very first time by Professor Zadeh, okay, again there is a motivational story, okay, I'll share with you with this within a minute or so. So what has happened when he tossed this paper, okay, way back in 1965, 64 or 65, exactly, I don't remember. So what has happened when he presented that paper, the session chair of that paper was Rudolf Kalman. So if somebody is from electronics, they must be well acquainted with this fellow. There is a Kalman filter. He was a great system scientist those days. So he criticized the work of Professor Zadeh. Okay, and it was so criticized as if that Professor Zadeh was daydreaming those days, because uh, all of us, okay, we are grown up with those who are from computer science. They will again appreciate this example. That is we are grown up with the word wherein whenever we talk about computing, so the very first things come to our mind is the numbers. So when we are talking about computing with words, okay, it was a game changer. Okay, so nobody was ready to accept it as it is. So what is speciation? It is modelization, right? It is modelization. Now, this small concept has given solution to a lot of problems. As I was talking about the natural language based system modeling and specification and optimization problem, decision analysis. Okay, then the question answering machine, as I was referring to, like say chatbots and so on. Now, having said this, I think we are through as far as the definition of AI, some raw definition, then foolproof definition, and then the constituents of AI or soft computing, how it is different, okay, how it is different from traditional or hard computing. We are done with that. Now, let us move ahead with another important aspect of this technology, wherein I have talked about, that is they are capable of learning. So just like human being can be trained, on the similar line, these programs or these algorithms or models or whatever you call it, them as they, without explicitly being programmed, they can be trained. Okay, they can be trained. So normally in the conventional programming approach, for every purpose, we have some or the other statement written in the program. Okay, but these structures are very similar to, you can say, the human brain. Okay, so these structures, they are capable of learning. Okay, neural network is one of the architecture. We'll just try to have a look at the neural network, how it has evolved, and how it is inspired from a biological neuron and so on. But before that, we need to understand, just like human brain can acquire, store, and utilize experiential knowledge, these neural networks are capable of acquiring new knowledge, storing that knowledge in some variables, and utilizing that knowledge for future decision making, classification, and so on. Right? So, knowledge acquisition, storing, and utilization, these three peculiar characteristics, okay, they are inspired from the biological neuron. Right. Now, you name the area. Again, this is a slide which will give you an insight. That is, now this is again an indicative slide. Okay, not cover all the aspects, but cognitive psychology, linguistic, philosophy, you name the area. Okay, this has got this neural network has got application in that. Now, this is a typical biological neuron. Okay, I'll not go into the details, but we need to know that is there is a nucleus, then axon, cell body is there, and some output is there. Okay, on the similar line, this is artificial neuron, wherein these are the inputs. Okay, these are the weights associated with each input, what they call it as the synaptic strength. Okay, in biological term. Okay, so with each node, there is a synaptic weight associated. Now, this is where the power of these neural networks lies, right? So they are capable of learning. I don't know. I need to take, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for the interruption. Let me start. Probably now we will not have any interruption. Okay. So where were we? We were talking about, that is this weights is the power wherein that learning capabilities. Okay. learning capabilities of artificial neural network is there, right? Now, we'll not go into the technical aspects, okay? What is there in a neural network is basically neuron processes the information, okay? Link process the associated weight and so on. Okay, so this is the typical architecture, okay? Wherein you have got x0 to xn. These are the input vectors. These are the weight vectors. So this you cannot change. The input will remain as it is, okay, because it will vary from sample to sample. But the learning, whatever learning takes place, that is stored in these weights basically, okay. And then summation symbol is there, that is x0, w0, x1, w1, and so on. They are summed up and it fires through some activation function, what they call it as the non-linearity, okay. So this is one complete cycle. When they are learning, what do? We provide these inputs. Okay, then we start with some random weight. We start with some random weight, anything between 0 and 1. And then we try to observe the output. And then what do? In the next run, we either increase the value of the weight or decrease the value of the weight. And let's say if you are converging, that is, if you are able to minimize the error, meaning thereby you are in the right direction. So if by increasing, let's say if you are able to get the appropriate answer, then definitely in that case, you are in the appropriate direction. You proceed further, go on decreasing till you get the the global minima. Okay, and this process is called as one epoch. That is when you cycle through from this input to the output. This is called as one epoch, right? One epoch, one iteration, you may call it as, or whatever you feel appropriate, right? So this is one iteration, one training cycle. Okay, then what do? In the next run, we change the inputs and then again train. So this is per train updating. The weights are normalized on all those cases. So wherever you get the minimum error, we stop training and then we declare that the training is over, and then we expose the network to some altogether new input, okay, which we have not used for the training purpose. Okay. Now, as I was referring to, just try to recall, expert system, there was a problem. That is, if it is beyond the scope of those rules, it will come up something like that, no match found. Sorry, I am unable to diagnose this disease. But in this case, it will never ever come up with those kind of a scenario. It will say, well, sir, these are the inputs, and in my opinion, this is the output. Okay, the person is suffering from so and so disease. That decision is again right or wrong. Even human decisions are subject to right or wrong. Okay, when you approach the doctor, and that's why we refer to, you can say 2 or 3 doctors. Okay, when we are suffering from some critical disease. Okay, why it is so? Because we never know. Diagnosis, it all depends on the diagnosis, right? So in this case, what happens is this way it is being trained. Okay, this way it is being trained. So it mimics the human behavior, just like we are capable of learning. Okay, these architectures, they are capable of learning. Okay, so network architecture is there, setting the weights. I have already told you that is how to train them. And there is one non-linearity. Okay, there are certain aspects of it, mathematical aspects. We'll not go into the details, but there are time being, you need to understand that there are certain functions, non-linearities, through which this output passes through. Okay, now having said this, how the input output organization is there, that will determine the type of your neural network. Like say single layer feed forward, one input, one output layer. Okay, so multi-layer, wherein you have one input, one output, and a hidden layer in between. Okay, meaning thereby input, output, and hidden, meaning thereby now this way you may have n number of hidden layer. Okay, n number of hidden layer, and that is what is the, you can say, the problem is. Okay, that is, you never know how many hidden layers are there in a deep neural network architecture, how many neurons in those hidden layers are there, and so on. So the architecture is very complex, and it is similar to our brain's architecture. Okay, again, in brain you have got millions of neurons. They are connected with each other, and the output, you don't know exactly how complex it is. Okay, and this is how, let's say if it is fully connected, this is a fully recurrent neural networks, then competitive networks, Jordan networks, simple recurrent network, and so on. So the architecture is in short, is very complex. Okay, then each layer has got some functionality to perform. Say for example, input layer, it receives the initial data. Hidden layer, they are not directly observable. Okay, just like in human brain, again, you don't know how you are arriving at a particular decision. Okay, so non-linearities for the networks. Output layer produces the final result. okay, which is nothing but your action, okay, whatever action you will take. Okay. Now there are three training approaches. One is the supervised. Okay, again, we will not go into the details, but we need to know as a user. Okay, so irrespective of your discipline, since you are using these tools, you need to know that is how they are being trained. Okay, so the very first one is supervised training, wherein you provide input as well as output data. Okay, what they call it as the input output pair, or it is also referred to as labeled data. So if you have labeled data, what do? We use supervised training. Okay, you know the input and you know the output. Unsupervised input is known to you, but output is not known to you. Okay, that is unlabeled data. Okay. Third one, which is very popular and which is being used by all the large language model or LLM in short, is the reinforcement training. Okay, what is it? It is learning through trial and error. Okay, it is very similar to when a small kid learn how to walk or how to talk, right? Okay, that is trial and error, right? So that is the reinforcement training, and all the LLM, they deploy for training purposes this reinforcement training strategy, right, at the back end. Okay, and that makes them lifelong learner, you can say. They learn 24/7. Okay, and how do they learn? Again, that we'll see. Okay, so that is learning is all about. Then there is deep learning architecture. Again, we'll not go into the details because our perspective is a little bit different. Okay, we want to understand these tools, their functionality, and only that is how they are being how they can be used for our day-to-day activities, like say teaching, learning, and research. Right. Now, having said this, DL architecture 2006 onwards, this term has evolved. Deep learning stands for, as I said, there are thousands of neuron and thousands of hidden layers and so on. That makes it deep kind of a structure. Okay, and that is to be on a very generalized concept. You may say that it is a class of machine learning techniques where many layers of information processing stages in hierarchical architectures are exploited for unsupervised feature learning. Okay, and typically used for analysis and classification, right? So again, there are two or three architecture. DL architectures are generative, based on which you have a lot of Gen AI tool, okay, which we will talk about in the second section, wherein we will have some demonstration. Then discriminative tools are there, or a combination of these, that is a hybrid, okay, which is generative and discriminative both. Okay, so for certain purpose you may use generative, certain things you may use discriminative, or a combination of both, right? That is again possible. Okay, again, we'll not dig into all those aspects in greater detail, but as I said, that is, we will be talking about some problems in AI. So the biggest problem in AI is the black box problem, what they call it. What is it? It is basically you provide some input, whatever prompt you write, and then what happens? The LLM will take that prompt and it will give you some output. Okay, it will give you some output, but what is happening within that tool, that is not known to anybody. It is hidden. Okay, and it is very complex processing. That is how a LLM or any tool or any AI tool in general is taking decision is not known to anybody. Now, I underline the word anybody. Anybody meaning thereby, if you ask the developer of that tool, again, he or she will come up with a blunt answer that, sorry, sir, I am not in a position to justify how this tool has taken this particular decision. Now, why it is so? The answer is, it is very complex. Okay, it is very complex. And that's why even the developer will not be in a position to come up with an exact answer or a justification that how a tool has arrived at a particular decision or prediction. Okay, and that this concept is referred to as a black box problem. Okay, now this is one of the biggest problem associated with any Gen AI tool, right? So, but let's say if you are using it for some this purpose, what should I say, routine job, then there's no harm. But let's say if you are using for diagnosis of a medical disease, or maybe for firing and firing a missile to enemy's target, and let's say if it is taking some wrong decision, it is hitting your own area. Okay, so those kind of things are highly dangerous. Okay, wherein it cannot be used. Okay, so again, there are issues. What are the consequences if you look at this black box approach? Lack of accountability. Who to whom you will held responsible, whether you will held responsible the company who has developed it, or the person who has written the code, or the tool itself, right? So lack of accountability is another area. Unpredictability, you never know what will happen, what kind of answers it will give. Again, the accuracy and those aspects are there. Unpredictability, okay. And as I said, in military use, okay. So the core issue is black box AI makes it nearly impossible to fully trust. Okay, so they are not trustworthy. I tell you, all these tools are not trustworthy. We will talk about the accuracy and those aspects once again. Okay, when we will have some you can say hands-on on these tools. So one another important area which has come up in the recent past is what they call it as the Gen AI. Okay, now this we need to understand. Okay, now Gen AI tool we are using very oftenly in our day-to-day life. Okay, but you need to know the power of this Gen AI tool. Along with you need to know how do they function. Okay, what are the various stages in which your prompts are being processed, what are the various prompting techniques, and so on. So those things will come up, we will sum up within 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll move further, right? So if you look at the power of this Gen AI tool, okay, you will be surprised that they are capable of creating new original content. Okay, see, new. I'm emphasizing the word new and original. Okay, creating new original content, text content to be very specific. Images, again, they can create. Okay, you can create MF Hussain painting. Okay, which we used to, with MF Hussain used to sell it in billions of dollars. Okay, quite easily. So it can create images of that sort. It is capable of generating text, or it is capable of composing music for a song. Okay, so all these things basically requires, if you simply go into little bit more detail, they require creativity and innovation. But this creativity and innovation is being challenged by all these tools. Okay, but if you look at the availability of these tools, none of these tools are freely available. Only beta version of them is freely available. Okay, but their pro version is basically paid. Okay, it is not at all free. Why it is so? The reason is the amount of, you can say, money which is required for training all these model. It is in millions of dollars. Say for example, GPT-3 4.3, GPT-4 $78.4 million, Gemini Ultra $191.4 million, and so on, right? So Gen AI characteristics: generative model, creativity and innovation, as I was referring to. Okay, they can create entirely new content that couldn't exist before. Okay, that is the power of these tools: creativity, innovation. So your creativity and innovation is being challenged by all these AI tools. Okay, now if you look at the application area, content creation, drug discovery, you name the area, okay, it is there. Okay, now we need to know, that is, how do they work, right? So what are the key characteristics of this LM? The very first key characteristic is the text understanding. They are capable of understanding the text. Text generation is the another area. Okay, these LLMs can understand natural language. Okay, they are capable of understanding natural language, and how do they process them? They are capable of understanding words, sentences, and the context. See, word sentence is okay. Okay, because sentence is comprised of words, but the context in which the prompt has been written. Okay, that is the power, real power. Okay, they are capable of understanding the context as well. Okay, and apart from that, they are capable of text generation, contextually relevant text based on the input query, making them powerful tool for a wide range of application. Now we'll see certain hot application in that area by playing with all those tools. Okay, now how do they
Excuse me,
work?
sir.
Sorry, yes,
Sir, we wish to purchase one AI for our academic purpose at our institute.
yes.
Which AI you will suggest? That is preferable, means it is economically good also to us and useful also.
Sir, what is the purpose for which you want to procure? Whether
Sir,
you
our
want
is a
to
college, academic college. It is autonomous college.
agreed,
And
agreed.
for academic purpose only we wish to purchase.
No, academic purpose again a very broad term. Whether you want to use it for research purpose, whether you want to use it for, say, for example, entertaining the student or increasing your gross enrollment ratio, what is it exactly? So accordingly, because see all these tools, they are good in some or the other areas. All tools are not good in a specific area, right? So you need to identify what exactly you require. Whether you want to use it for research purpose, then we have a set of tools. Okay. For academic purpose, again, we have a set of tools. Okay. For, you can say LMS, again, LMS are nowadays becoming, what should I say, AI enabled. Okay. So we need to look at the perspective from which we want to use it. You know, sir. So you need to basically work on what is your objective.
For
Okay.
e-governance, we have to
For
use it.
e-governance, sir, there are a lot of products, but these products are not of generic sort. Okay, so you need to approach companies who are into this, and then definitely you have to have some customized product as per your own need.
We were looking
So,
for that Dhruv Rathi AI.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Dhruv is a big name, but he is a actually YouTube influencer. Okay, I don't know whether they are into this area. Okay, Dhruv Rathi, the fellow who is from Germany, if I am not wrong. Same fellow you are referring to?
Yes,
Dhruv
sir.
Rathi? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know what exactly. As far as I know, Dhruv, I know him as a YouTube influencer. That is all.
YouTuber. Yeah, yeah.
Right? He is a YouTuber, YouTube influencer. Okay. So, but we need to work on this, sir. Definitely, you may take my number. Okay, later on we can have some in-depth discussion on this.
Okay, okay.
Right?
Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me move further. Okay, how this LLM works, large language model, what we call it as the chat GPT or anything else, right? So they work in these three methodical steps. Now here, I would love to connect that particular dot. Okay, the very first step is the tokenization. So what is token? Basically, whatever prompt you write, let's say a prompt you have written using 20 odd words. So those 20 odd words can be broken down into 20 tokens. So when you buy their version, actually it comes with some predefined token capability. Okay, 5,000 token, 2,000 token, or 10,000 token, or 1 million token, and so on. Right. So everything is in terms of token. Okay, everything is in terms of token. And what is token? Token is nothing but the word, whatever you write in the prompt. Okay. So this tokenization, okay, what it does basically, it converts all the words into the tokens, and those tokens are converted into numerical vectors. Now, if you just try to recall, I have specifically talked about that is computing with words. Okay, so computing with words, what do? We convert those words into numbers so that we can process them with the help of a computer. So on the similar line, these tokens are converted into numerical vectors, okay, representing their meaning. I hope you can now connect the link. Okay, then self-attention. Okay, what is it? The model assesses which parts of the text are most important for understanding the query, and so on. Right. So these three steps in which it is very similar to when you attempt in the examination hall. What do? Normally we underline certain words, okay, wherein some emphasis must be given, or those issues must be addressed while writing down the answer. Okay, so that is because so that you should get maximum number of marks. So that is nothing but the self. On the similar line, it underlines certain words, self-attention. Right. Now, what is left in our hand? Now, how to write a prompt? I'll show you. Okay, again, that writing prompt is nowadays we are leaving it to the Gen AI tool. Okay, that is highly dangerous, but it is there. So what is there in our hand? That is how to craft a precise input. Okay, minimum number of words, because as I have told you, the license fee is in terms of token. So definitely we should try to minimize those tokens. Okay, so minimum number of words. All right. Then how to get accurate and relevant responses. Okay, so that the outputs are aligned with the user's expectation. All right. So this is prompt engineering. This is one complete area which has emerged in the recent past. Okay, they call it as prompt engineering, right? How to write an effective prompt, right? That is becoming an area. Okay,
Sir,
now there are, yes, sir.
in Google,
Yes.
the advanced search is there. If you are quoting the search in double inverted comma, it is giving the exact search. That is
Yes.
advanced search. Likewise, any improvement is there in AI?
Actually, sir, whatever you are referring to, okay, now Google is again becoming intelligent. Okay, Google has got its own AI engine. Okay, so it is using, because if Google is not adopting to AI, what will happen? I'll talk one specific tool wherein we will talk about Notebook LM. Okay, which is a product of Google only.
Okay.
So all the searches earlier, which were based on the ranking algorithms, actually Google's earlier approach was ranking. Ranking algorithm, meaning thereby that is how many times that particular material has been referred, and accordingly it used to categorize them. Okay, that was called as the page ranking algorithm. Now those things have completely changed. Even Google is using AI based search. Okay, so all those things, that is double quotation marks, and those things are gradually vanishing. Okay, they are vanishing. Okay, because these tools are becoming so intelligent. I am telling you, that is, they are capable of understanding the context. Okay, the context in which I'll demonstrate all these capabilities of these tools. Okay, in the second session, definitely. Give me some time. Yes, sir. Okay, so what are various prompt engineering techniques? Zero shot prompting is there. Zero shot meaning thereby wherein you don't provide any example. Okay, in that case, you get more generic response. It is very similar to I am not giving you any hint. Okay, and I am asking you a question. So without hint or without any specific example, okay, it will be difficult for you to answer. And then in that case, what you will do, just like, for example, I have asked you about AI. Okay, so most of you have come up with that mimicking human behavior or human intelligence and so on. But let's say if I ask you I give you some specific example, your job will become more easier. So that is zero shot prompting. The responses, the answers are more, you can say, generic. Okay, but one shot prompting wherein you give one example. Okay, I'll elaborate on this, as if, let's say, if you remember, those maybe 20, 25 years, 30 years down the line, there was a tagline with regard to a product called Hero Honda motorcycles. Okay, fill it, forget it. Only 4 words, but 4 words were capable enough to talk everything about that product. Fuel efficiency, mileage, okay, maintenance and whatnot. So now if I give this kind of a example to Gen AI tool, that is, use this as an example and generate a product line or a tagline for a new product, it will come up exactly in the similar manner. Or if you train it, if you ask in that maybe Shakespeare's poetry, use Shakespeare's style of writing, and then write a poem on so and so topic, it will write it. Right. So if you give examples, the job become much more easier. Now, if you give one example, it is called as one shot prompting. If you give more than one example, it is called as few shot prompting, wherein 2, 3, more than one. Okay, it is called as few shot prompting. There is one more category, what they call it as the role prompting. Now, here, what do? We assign a role or a persona to a tool. Okay, you may ask the AI tool to assume itself as a vice chancellor of a university, and then you ask the query. So now what it will do, or a district superintendent police of a area, okay, or a DM of a particular district magistrate of a particular district, and then reply to the query. Then in that case, what it will do, it will go through all the ordinances direction of that university, and it will try to reply your query, right? So you may assign a role or a persona to a prompt, okay, to a AI tool. Okay, in that case, it will give you more tailored responses, more tailored response. Then there is a chain of thought, okay, which involves breaking down a task into smaller logical steps, allowing the AI to reason through intermediate steps and provide the final answer. That is the output of one step is the input to the next one and so on. Then there is meta prompting. That is, now here we are asking the AI tool to write prompt for us, okay, which is highly dangerous. Okay, but it is there. Okay, this is in, you can say in new nomenclature, they call it as some predefined templates are there. I will show you that is how those templates works and so on. Right. Then tree of thought prompting, wherein multiple possible reasoning paths. It will evaluate all of them and it will give you the optimal path. It is very similar to moving from my place to some XYZ location by 4 or 5 options and obtaining the most optimal path. Okay, most optimal path. Okay, that is, you can say, tree of thought prompting. Okay, then chain prompting, wherein you may go ahead with like a sequence or a multi-step task. You may define big task into smaller tasks and give one by one each prompt. Okay, and then purify your results. Okay, that is again chain of thought. Now, apart from this, there are few parameters which we need to set, parameter settings. So while we use all these tools, we commit certain mistakes. Okay, the other knowingly or unknowingly, because we do not know all these things. That may be another reason. Okay, so the very first popular parameter is what they call it as the temperature. The value of this temperature is between 0 to 2. Okay, 0 to 2. Okay, if you keep it very small, okay, you will get more generic or predictable answers. If you want to get more creative answers, in that case you need to keep it little bit on higher side, maybe 1.0 or 1.5 or 1.8. You will get the same prompt, you will get more creative answers. Okay, then max token is there, wherein you can limit the number of tokens. Okay, as I have told you, that is everything is in terms of token, so definitely we should try to minimize the use of these tokens. So max token is there. Top P is there, that is how many potential word it must use. Okay, so you can set all these things because your licensing or the subscription is in terms of token. Okay, then frequency penalty and present penalty. Let's say if you want to avoid redundant stuff in your responses, you may set this parameter, frequency and the this sort of thing. Then there is Gen AI for research. Okay, now we'll just try to wind up between 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, and then we may take a break for 5 to 10 minutes, not more than 5 minutes. Okay, because it is a bit difficult for me to go ahead with maybe another 90 minutes in a single go. Okay, that is my human need. Okay, you have to be here with me. Okay, anyway, what I was talking about, Gen AI for research. Yes, you may use generative AI tool for research, but you have to define your own boundaries. Okay, say, I'll tell you the power of this Gen AI tool. That is, you can generate altogether new research article using this Gen AI tool. But all of you will agree with me that is using Gen AI for such a task is ethically not correct. Okay, so one should not use it. But you may use it for doing some routine jobs or laborious activities, or maybe the area wherein you are not really good. Say for example, okay, I'm from engineering discipline, so this is the, you can say, the take of all the renowned publishing houses on the use of Gen AI for research. Okay, wherein they have come up with their own guideline. That is up to what extent you can use this for research. Say, for example, IEEE mandates disclose, that is, you cannot use it for generating a new paper, but you can very well use it for editing and grammar enhancement. So English is a foreign language for us. So definitely there is no problem in using this for, you can say, your this purpose. That is
Grammar.
grammar enhancement purposes, right?
It
Grammar
can be also
enhancement.
used for referencing also, sir.
Yes,
Zotero and
yes.
Mendeley is there.
Yes, Zotero, Mendeley, and all those things are there, sir. But again, you have to define, as I was referring to again and again, because as on date, we do not have any guidelines from regulating agency like, say, UGC or AICTE. So definitely you have to define your own guideline. That is, or otherwise you can refer to all these renowned publishers. Okay, they will tell you exactly that is for what purpose you can use it categorically. Okay, and for any other purpose other than what has been listed over there, okay, it is the use of Gen AI tool is strictly prohibited. Okay, strictly prohibited. And again, I'll tell you why it is dangerous. Okay, because if you write a complete paper using any Gen AI tool, okay, it will generate. But when you put that paper in the plaque check, what will happen? The plagiarism tool will categorically identify, well, this is the stuff written by the writer, and this is the stuff generated by some Gen AI tool. It will not exactly come up that it is by XYZ tool, but it will definitely identify that this is stuff which has been generated by some Gen AI tool. So you have to take utmost care, okay, but you can use it for some grammar enhancement or other purposes, as Professor has said. Right. Now, this is again an indicative list. We will have some hands-on on some of the tools, but not all in this case. That is illicit. I'll show you chat PDF. Some of the tools you may be using. Research Rabbit is again, then Sky Space is there, u.com is there, and so on. Now, before concluding, okay, let me tell you the solution. So we have talked about a problem with this Gen AI. And what is that problem? That problem is black box problem. And the solution is what they call it as a glass box model, or what they refer to it as explainable AI or XAI. Okay. So what is glass box or explainable AI? It is the solution to that black box problem. And what is the approach here? That is, whatever decision or prediction or whatever value you are arriving at, these tools will tell you exactly how you arrive at that particular decision. And that is why it is referred to as glass box, which is transparent. Okay, which is transparent in nature. Earlier, if you just recall, I have told you that is even the developer will not be in a position to tell you that how they have arrived at a particular decision, okay, or a output. Okay, so there are two popular models. Okay, the one is the local interpretable model agnostic explanation, and second is the SHAP, that is shapely additive explanation. Okay, there's a lot of research going on in this area, but this is the solution. Okay, this is the solution. But before moving ahead, rather concluding, okay, we need to have some ethical consideration of AI. Okay, because there is a framework which has come up nowadays, what they call it as a FAT framework, wherein fairness, accountability, and transparency, these are the three parameters which are normally ignored when it comes to Gen AI. Okay, now they are being, all the tools are expected to adapt to this new framework, what they call it as FAT framework: fairness, accountability and transparency. Because if you remember accountability, nobody is accountable if something goes wrong. Okay, and they are not at all transparent. That is how they are arriving at a particular answer. You never know. Okay, so these things are becoming, you can say, these are the new dimension of this particular area which is coming up in the times to come. So almost I am done with the theoretical foundation. Okay, now if there are any specific queries, I'll be happy to answer. Let me stop sharing. Okay. All right.
हेलो सर.
Yes.
और जो एआई है उसमें हम कोई भी ढूंढते तो वो सब सही होता है क्या?
सॉरी सर, थोड़ा सा फिर से बोलेंगे आप, मैं समझ नहीं पाया क्या.
Whether AI
हम
gives us
AI
accurate information.
नो सर, देखिए एक्यूरेसी वाला जो चैलेंज है ना, वही मैं बोलना चाह रहा था आपको कि इसके आंसर्स, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन आपने किया सर, कि एक्यूरेसी हाईएस्ट इज 80%. Okay, so it varies between, I should say, 65 to 80 or 70 to 80, not more than that. ठीक है ना? तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है. आप इस पे 100% रिलाई नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है.
Sir, one question, sir.
जी जी.
Sir, how security can be handled?
Great sir. This aspect again we will touch upon. देखिए, सिक्योरिटी सबसे बड़ा कंसर्न ये है कि आप जब भी कोई जेन एआई टूल पे कांटेक्ट करते हैं, जो भी आपका प्रॉम्प्ट डालते हैं, तो उसमें होता क्या है, हिंदी समझ पाते हैं आप लोग? All of you are
Yes,
from, there are people from southern India, that's why I'm saying. Okay, so what happens whenever you write any prompt? Okay, so there is threat to your security identity. There is threat to your security in terms of, say for example, I am doing some confidential work. Okay, I want to set question paper of some examination. Okay, and if I use Perplexity or any chat GPT or any LLM tool. Okay, so whatever prompt I will type, it will generate questions. Okay, no doubt about it. You will get stuff, but it is vulnerable in terms of security and secrecy. So I will give you the solution on these aspects. So there are tools available, sir, which wherein you will never ever compromise your security and still you will get the same answer. Okay, so all those issues we will definitely address in our second session, sir. But when you interact with it in an online mode or whatever you type, it will be on their cloud. So definitely it is in public domain. Okay. Say for example, Gmail, actually you are getting free of cost, you feel, but your mails are scanned. Any idea about it? You are, because you give that right to that company, Google, you have already given that right. Okay. When you open an account, what do? You give, there are some check boxes, small stuff in very small letters, and then it asks you to, I agree. Okay, you say I agree, and you give everything of yours to that company. Okay, so it is, even your mails are, Google can read it. Okay, legally I am telling you, and they are doing it. Their business model is based on that. How they are earning money? They are earning money by means of they sell your data. Okay, they sell your data, your location. Okay, and that is the reason it is vulnerable in terms of security. So I will definitely will talk on certain frameworks wherein you can install those frameworks on your machine and you can avoid these problems like say secrecy and security. Yes.
Yes, sir.
जी. और कुछ पूछना चाहेंगे?
Sir, thank you for giving a wonderful theoretical background to this machine learning and deep learning technology, and also the neural network. Sir, I remember I started using this without knowing that it is artificial intelligence, probably way back in 1995, when I had some floppy which has the software called as ELISA, where I just started chatting with that particular software. And probably after that, I came to know about Stephen Hawkins when he was not able to speak. With his cheek movements, the device was able to convert his cheek movements into language codes. And that was something advanced probably way back in the 2000, 2005, I think, long back. But now we are in 2025, and we are wondering now, whenever see the computer is working for us and giving us some response, this is something, this is great for us. But some 25 years ago itself, it has worked some miracles. So in that case, is this technology more advanced than what we think? That is machine learning, deep learning, or these neural networks. Is it beyond? Is it going beyond that? That is my I'm so very enthusiastic to know about that, sir.
It is going beyond that, definitely, as you have rightly pointed out. But the biggest problem is, sir, this is moving that too with a jet speed. Okay, you must have witnessed, okay, particularly since last 5 years, okay, there are thousands of tools actually, thousands of tools, and every day when you log into these platforms, you will find another 5, 10 tools are being added every day, every hour, I should say. Okay, so it is becoming one of the biggest challenge, and that's why I said somewhere in the beginning that this is a disruption, right? So this is disruptive technology, okay, but since see, I don't have much time. I have got only 2 to 3 years left, right? I am running 57. Okay, so but your generation, people like you will definitely face a lot of problems, right? You will face problems because it will address. I'll give you one simple example. Okay, right now you are teaching to around 60 odd student in a classroom or 40 odd student in a classroom, and what are the limitation you as a human being is you give them similar treatment. Okay, so irrespective of whether they are fast learner, slow learner, or you don't know exactly what is the pace of learning of each individual. Okay, so in maybe 6 months or so, you will find, but rather at present, those platforms are there, but they are not so popular. Wherein you will get tools which are self-paced. Okay, they will conduct some test. Okay, and they will understand what is your pace of learning, and accordingly, it will be tailored made one-to-one. So it will be a challenge for you, right? Now, how to compete with those 60 robots, right? Okay, they are all programs, and 24/7 they are available. Okay.
Yes.
So, so these challenges are there, sir. These challenges. So
Yes.
some way or the other, what I want to emphasize here is we need to regulate this. Okay. There are nations, developed nation, I tell you, particularly European countries, wherein they have banned the use of these tools. Because another big threat is in terms of, you can say, the creativity, innovations, right? So they are hindering our, you can say, capabilities, and they are becoming challenge. Okay, day-to-day activities. Now we are over relying on these tools. Okay, so for example, if you want to compose a mail, you will not think, okay, what you will do, okay, go to chat GPT and write down the prompt, you get the entire stuff on a single click. And let's say if you want to translate it into your regional language, again, that is possible. Okay, say, translate this into Marathi or any local language. Okay, so tools are there, but how to use it? But it is just like a weapon in your hand, right? So now it is up to you to decide what should be the purpose, whether you should use it for some constructive work or you want to use it for some destructive activity, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And,
So
and, and
this,
one
yeah,
one thing which bothers me a lot is, Elon Musk has made a statement that he wants to die in Mars. That means a lot because he is working on this neural network and brain-computer interfacing, synchronizing what are the human brain with computer, and he
human
has
computer, yes.
succeeded in the first 2-3 stages. And what if this happens? What will be the future of mankind when computer and human brain gets synchronized? This is something which I am very much
Very,
curious.
very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. At the same time, it is dangerous not only for us, I tell you, sir, but for the students' point of view. It is killing their, you can say, the capabilities, potential, everything is now they are uh, over dependent on all these tools, right? So
Yes,
that is one of the biggest challenges. So that's why we need to curtail the use of these tools. Okay, but since they are there and we do not have any guidelines, that's why we will have some hands-on. Otherwise, I used to be little bit reluctant on those aspects. But being a teacher, one thing again, you will appreciate that we must be aware about all these things. Okay.
definitely, sir.
Let's say if you are not aware and if your students are using, so how you will catch hold of them, right? That is again one of
Yes,
the
definitely.
biggest. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So whether we should take a break for 2 to 3 minutes, I'll take my tea, okay? And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
by that time
Enjoy your tea.
also, I expect all of you to please have your tea. Okay, tea I can offer you in online mode. That is the only option we have. Okay, so with this note, on a lighter note, allow me to take my tea for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, and that is needed for breathing. Okay, that is there is no
Yeah,
other reason. Thank you so much. Thank you, and sorry for the interruption in between. Okay.
In progress.
Hello. So welcome back.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Okay. Thank you. So if you just try to recall, that is, we have started our deliberation with what this technology is all about, and you must have realized by this time that all these AI tools have got the ability to perform cognitive tasks like thinking, perceiving, learning, problem solving, and last but not the least, the decision making. Okay, so just like we as a human being, we are capable of taking decision, right? All these tools, they are capable of taking decisions, right? That is one area. And the another important point which you must have been looking at is the, if you look at the evolution, it is not at all new. It is quite old. Okay, around 70 years old, right? And but if you look at the application areas, there are many. Okay, and there are some challenges as well. There are some challenges of adaptation of AI, particularly in our country. Okay, those things are again there because there are issues like, see, if you look at the developed nation, and if you look at, I'm not saying that we are not developed. That doesn't mean that we are underdeveloped, or but at least we are a little bit behind. Okay, that one has to agree. So we do have issues with regard to the legalization of all these things, like say electronic health records. Okay, that is still a big challenge in our country. Okay, and apart from that, the collaboration of you can say the private and public sector, that is the another area. But if you look at the government take on this particular issue, the government is very serious. And if you are aware, I don't know, I was going through some policy document of Government of India, wherein the government's tagline is AI for all, right? So if you look at this tagline itself, you can understand, you can very well understand that the government is very keen to take up all these issues.
Excuse me,
But
sir.
yes, sir.
Sir, have you shared PPT? It is not visible.
No, not at all. I'm just speaking. What I was thinking that some of you must have left so that they will join. That's why I'm putting some context on the theoretical front,
Okay,
right?
sir. No problem.
But if you all of you are there, then I will start. Okay, but now I do not have any PPT for this session. Okay, what I'll do, I will share my entire screen. I will demonstrate you certain tools, and so
Okay.
that you can feel the power of these tools. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if you are convinced, okay, you may adopt it. I am not saying that you must adopt it. There is no recommendation from my end, okay? Because the beta version of this tool is free, okay? Pro version is paid. So there is some money involved. I am not marketing any product. Okay, this is my disclaimer. Okay, in the beginning. Okay, otherwise you will sue me, sir. You are a academician and you are marketing the softwares. Okay, it is not at all like that.
Yes, sir.
My idea is to simply demonstrate the power of these tools, right? And how to safeguard yourself. That is the another issue. That is, as somebody has said, the ethical considerations are there, privacy is there, and security is there. So these three dimensions, we will definitely try to see, that is how to safeguard yourself. Okay. And some way or the other, I think I have talked about the adaptive learning platform. Okay, wherein it is becoming a challenge for our community teachers. Okay, you will find product on this line. They are there, but not on a very large scale, particularly in our country. But there are platforms available internationally. Okay, wherein augmented reality, mixed reality, virtual reality, and a combination of these technologies are being used for teaching learning purpose. ठीक है, तो ये भी एक बड़ा एरिया है जो आपको देखना है. गेमिफिकेशन है, देन ब्लॉकचेन इज देयर. Blockchain, again, we have started adopting this blockchain. Okay, if you look at the ABCD ID, okay, we have started in that direction. Okay, now government is allowing the student to earn around 40% of the credit. Okay, this NEP 2020, if you look at. So there are some advantages. Advantages are like, say, accessibility, massification is there. Then localization is there. That is in your native language. You can translate this stuff. You can understand. For better understanding, you have a lot of advantages. But there are some gray areas as well, wherein your privacy secrecy is as at stake. Okay. Now, having said this, allow me to share my entire screen.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me,
Please.
sir.
Ji.
Can you tell me the explainable AI in education system? Some information about that.
Madam, actually, explainable AI is a hot cake nowadays, right? So it is on a very in a very infant stage. So all the popular tool, whatever we are using in education, okay, none of them they are complying to that explainable kind of a thing because it is challenging, right? It is challenging. Okay, but you can say almost all of them they are using that black box kind of a approach. Okay, I'll exactly show you. Okay, but as far as I know, for any educational activity, I have not seen anything. Now, what is happening is, whatever solutions you are proposing as a researcher, people are adding one additional component to it, and that is what they call it as the explainable AI. You know, wherein they will justify that is how that particular tool has arrived at that particular answer or a solution, right? So it is in a very budding stage. Okay, and as on date we don't have much, as that's why I said there are two models which I have talked about. Okay, that way the things are moving, but on a very small scale, I should say. It is in an infant stage as on date, right?
Okay.
ठीक.
Okay.
So
Thank you, sir.
yes, allow me to share my entire slides. Okay, the entire screen. I hope my entire screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now let us move ahead with one by one. Okay. The very first tool we will start with is what they call it as is the LM Studio. Any idea about this LM Studio? Okay. LM Studio, whether you are using it?
So we have used Grammarly for grammar check.
Okay. Okay. So let us try to log in. Okay. So for using all these tools, you don't require anything other than your Gmail account, I tell you. Okay, I'll be accessing my Gmail account. Okay. And then you simply go to these 9 dots. Okay, go to LM Studio. Okay. Somewhere you will find LM Studio. That is Notebook LM, right? This is the Notebook LM, right? So you click on Notebook LM. Okay, moment you click on Notebook LM, it is, as a matter of fact, it is a product of Google only. And as on date, it is completely free. Okay, you need not have to pay anything for using this. As on date, at least I am for sure. Okay, in future, if they start charging you, then don't believe me. But as on date, it is freely available. Okay, so for using this Notebook LM, this is the URL, that is notebooklm.google.com. Okay, or the other way around, you can log in through your Gmail account. Okay, and then search in this Google Apps. Okay, and you will find Notebook LM somewhere at the end, probably the last but one. Okay, go to this link. Okay, it will give you something like this on the screen. Okay, if you are trying simultaneously, let me know. I'll go a little slow so that you can feel the heat. Okay, now if you look at this Notebook LM, okay, you want to create a new notebook. Okay, so for creating new notebook, what you need to do is go to this create new button. Okay, simply say create new. Okay, if you click on create new, you will find something like this which appears on your screen. Okay, so this is basically wherein you are supposed to specify the source from where you want to create the notebook LM. Okay, so you have got various possibilities here. The very first is you can upload files. Let's say if some files are lying there on your desktop, you may upload it by selecting this particular option, or you may directly fetch the stuff from the YouTube links. Okay, some YouTube is there which is in Spanish. You don't know Spanish or you don't know Russian, right? So you want to fetch it as it is, you can do that by simply going to these websites. Okay, or some research paper which are available in public domain. Public domain meaning thereby open access journals. Okay, if, for example, if you are going to a Springer website, it will not allow you to fetch that paper because it is controlled access. You have to have some credentials, login credentials for that. But as long as it is there in public domain, let's say my profile, okay, which is available on my website, you can directly fetch from this. Okay, you can go to this particular option, you can fetch that data. Okay, or if something is there on your Google Drive, again, you may pick up this particular option, or something you have copied on your this thing, you want to paste it, that copy paste is again there. Okay, or the last but not the least is, let's say you can search the web directly. Okay, now you just tell me the area you intend to search for, say AI in, let's say, any area you are into.
AI in chemistry.
Yes, chaliye, chemistry. You are from chemistry, sir, it seems.
Yes, sir.
Yes, AI in, let's go, analytical chemistry, you know. Okay, or computational chemistry is there, sir, in your area?
Yeah, sir. Computational chemistry is also there.
So let's go ahead with computational chemistry. Okay, in, let's say, India. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm writing, this is a prompt as a matter of fact. Okay, this is a prompt as a matter of fact, simple prompt, very generic prompt. Okay, and now this, on this blue arrow key, if you click, okay, it will go on finding out this stuff. As you can see here on your left hand panel, it is researching websites. Okay. Okay. Now what has happened? It has identified how many papers? 10 papers, basically. 3 are being displayed here and 7 more it is saying. Okay. Now, if you feel that this is okay, okay, you can directly import all those papers. Okay. Okay. So you simply click on this import, it will import all those papers here. Again, you need to know that this is all in public domain. Okay, whatever paper it has identified, they are available freely. Okay, they are available freely. Okay, the integration of AI and all, whatever is there. Okay, because our context is in India, basically. If you just try to recall, it was AI in computational chemistry in India. Right. So accordingly, it has identified these 8 resources. Okay. And if you can observe this, this is what advancing artificial in India's policy and scientific frontier. Let's say you want to prepare a talk on this particular topic, somebody has invited you. Okay. So what do we do normally? We search, then we download, then maybe we work on certain things. But now here it is happening on a single go. Okay, in a single go. How that I'll show you. That okay, this is Niti Aayog documents it has referred. Okay, Niti Aayog document, and it has given an appropriate title as well. If you look at the prompt and look at the stuff here, is it is advancing AI, India's policy and scientific frontier. Okay, this is not normal search. Okay, this is not normal search. This is AI enabled search. Okay, now if you look at the stuff over here, okay, you will find that it has gathered all those papers. What I can do, I can prepare a video overview of this. Okay, video overview, that too in these many Indian languages. That is Hindi, Bangla, Gujarati, Marathi, these many I know, but I don't know the other, right? But some southern languages are again there. Okay, but those who are from southern India, they can identify that what are the language it is supporting at present. Okay, and this list is growing, I tell you. This list is growing. Okay. Now you may ask, sir, what is the use of this video overview? Let's say I want to grasp this concept. Okay, analyze them, understand them. Okay, and it is difficult for me to understand in a foreign language like English. So I can very well translate. Okay, and the beauty of this video or audio is it will be done in a podcast kind of a format, wherein one person will be asking the question, the other fellow will be responding to those questions. So let us try to create an audio overview here. Okay. Now it is generating that, it is saying generating audio overview. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, we will leave it as it is. We will explore the other options. So there is a mind map. You can prepare a mind map of this. Okay, simply click on mind map. Okay, it is generating a mind map. Okay, apart from that, it is for teaching learning purpose. Okay, you may generate reports. Okay, just try to explore these reports. Okay, what are the various possibilities here? Okay, create your own, or you may create a briefing doc, study guide, okay, which is normally required for teaching learning purpose. You can create a blog post by simply clicking on this. Okay, strategic plan, grant proposal. Let's say you are writing a research proposal for this. So it will generate. But again, I'm not saying that it is 100% you should rely, but it will work for maybe around 40 to 50%. Okay, that will save your time and energy. Then career guide, concept explainer, and whatnot. Okay, I will not demonstrate each and everything. Okay, because it will take time. Okay, so under reports, you have got these many things. Then, if you want to prepare a PowerPoint presentation, I tell you, go to this slide deck. Okay, it will create a PPT for you. Okay, by simply clicking. Now, this is beta. This is being tested as on date. These two features are launched recently in our country. Okay, in other US and other things, the interface is altogether different, but they are launching these features. Now, let us see. This is ready. What this is? This is the mind map. Okay, let's see. This is the mind map. Okay, research and technology landscape in India. Okay, and AI policy and mission, ANRF, Niti Aayog, AI research careers and ecosystem. Okay, core technology and application, and so on. Now you can download this. Okay, you can download this. Okay, you can use it for the purpose you wish to. Okay, so that is there. Then let's say whether yes. So these many actually stuff I have created using this. Okay, I'll show you one fantastic presentation which it has created for me. Okay, this is for learning purpose, teaching learning. Okay, this is that is what we used to call it as various types of learning. Okay, so from gradient to call it an architecture guide to training neural networks. Okay, it has created a PowerPoint presentation. See, look at the quality of the diagrams and the way in which it has been organized. It is fantastic, I tell you. It is fantastic. Okay. If you want to create a presentation of this sort, it will require minimum 8 to 10 hours, I tell you. That too, if you are really competent enough. Okay. Otherwise, it is simply impossible. Okay. So this is the power of this. Let us see what it has done to our. Yeah. So let us try to play that. Okay. Let me check whether it has finished that. It is still generating. Okay, generating overview. Come back in a few minutes, it is saying. Because this is happening at the Google Cloud. Okay. So it will consume some time. Then you may create flashcards. Okay. Infograph. Okay, that too on a single click. And apart from that, in this area, you can chat with this document. Okay, so say for example, I am giving this. So here are India's major finding initiative driving advanced collaborative AI research across key sectors. Okay, this is what I have given as a prompt. Now it is scanning all the documents, coming up with the answer. Okay, it is finding the keywords. Okay, now you just try to recall words into tokens, tokens into numerical vectors and numerical vectors, and then you are getting this stuff over here. Now it is giving you the references as well from where it has gathered that information. So nothing is hidden. Okay, it is coming in a very fantastic manner, focus structure. Okay, then partnering body, okay, specific research. Okay, this is being done by DBT, Department of Biotechnology, then DRDO. Now it has compiled the entire 10 documents, I tell you, and that too on a single click. That too on a single click. So look at the power of this tool. Okay, this is a very basic tool, but equally competent. Okay, you're still working on it. Let me try something else which is already done. Okay, let me, yeah, probably here, yeah, here we have got AI in healthcare. Okay, this was, let's try to play this.
Sir, I think you have not shared the audio.
Acha, audio I have not shared. Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So, but it will play, sir. It will work. Okay, you can
Okay.
later on experiment. Okay, I will not show you at this point of time. But anyway, you can play with this audio. And similarly, you can prepare a video as well. Okay, this is video overview, and that too in the language, local language. Okay, whatever you feel appropriate. Okay, then you may add sources again. If you feel like adding more sources, you can go on adding. Okay, so as many as 50 sources can be analyzed in a single go. Right now it is showing 10/50. So you may add up maybe 40 more. Okay, and 50 documents or 50 YouTube website or 50 resources, it will analyze for you in seconds, I tell you. Okay, so this is notebook LM. Okay, notebook LM. Then this is this is again the slide deck and the quiz I was referring to. Then flashcard it will generate for students. So this can be done quite easily using this particular, right? So this is at the back end. It is using AI. Okay, it is using the technology whatever we have talked about. Okay, whatever we have talked about. Done. Shall we move ahead with the another tool?
Yes, sir.
Okay, chaliye. So
Yes, sir.
the next tool is, now let us say you want to analyze or synthesize research paper. So Elicit is there. Have you heard this tool? Elicit.com.
Yes, sir.
So this is
We have heard,
this is
sir.
again a very fantastic tool. Okay, within 2 minutes I'll show you that is how it works. AI in, because those who have not used it, it will be beneficial for them. AI in, let's try the same one. Computational chemistry. Okay. Okay, this is the prompt which I have given. Okay, now it is coming up with some stuff. So it has identified how many 10 papers, and by default the summary is appearing as the next column. Let's say I want to identify the research gap. Okay, I can do that quite easily by going to this edit column. Okay, simply say add new and say what research gaps. Okay, and then there is a button called add a column. So what is happening, if you can see here, one more column is being added and it is being populated by the stuff from those respective 10 papers. Okay. So research gap, it has identified, okay, from all those 10 papers. Okay. Now the limitation of this is a free version. Right now I'm showing you. Okay, the free version has got limitation in terms of number of columns. That is, you cannot go beyond 4 columns in a single go. All right, not more than 4 columns in a single go. But the solution or the Jugaad technology, what we used to call it as, is you can remove the earlier table and you can go on adding new tables. That is the solution, right? So you may delete some of the tables, okay, and add up, okay. Or otherwise you need to upgrade it, but that I will not show you, right? You need to pay for it in that case. Okay, so this is illicit. Okay, again, you don't require anything other than your Gmail account. But my advice would be, that is what has happened when I started using these tools. I have used my personal Gmail account. Now the problem I am facing is my inbox is flooded with all those mails. Okay, go for subscription every now and then. Okay, so what is the solution for this? Solution is you create a separate Gmail ID for this purpose, keep it for that purpose only. Okay, that would be a great solution. Okay, which I personally I feel is the advice from my end. Okay, don't use your regular Gmail ID because it will be flooded with all those mails, right? So you can adopt this solution. Okay, once again, if you feel appropriate. Okay, so this is illicit. All right. Then, if you want to write a complete research paper, sorry, uh, uh, there is a solution. Okay, you can do that. Okay, or you want to check the grammar. Okay, let's begin with the grammar part. Okay, there is a product called paper. This is typically used for grammar. Okay, but apart from grammar, it has got lot many features. Okay, let us try to log in. Okay, now this is, now you can do lot many things. You can chat, PDF is there. Okay, MS Word add-in is there. Okay, you can import the document directly, install Word add-in. Okay, so you may start with your first document. Okay, new web document or import document is the another option which you may try, wherein you can put some stuff here. Now it supports only Word document. It supports only Word document. Let me check whether I have some, but this is all. Let me check whether this is, yes. Now it is uploading that document, whatever is the document. I am not aware about what is there in that document, but let's see what is there. Okay. Oh, some claim form. All right. But leave it. Okay. If you look at this right hand side, you can rewrite something. Okay. Let's say some paper you have written, you upload that document. Okay. You want to rewrite it, as I was talking about the grammar and other aspects. Okay. So you can do that quite easily with the help of this rewrite. Okay. Then there are translate button, then template is there, then check. This is the check which I was referring to. That is flag check is again there. Okay. Free plagiarism check, similarity check, it will do. Okay. Journal submission check. Apart from that, AI review, it will carry out review for you. Okay. Human expert services, these are all paid services. Don't go for that. But these facilities are available. These facilities are available. That is, you can go for a free flag check, journal submission check, you can specify the guidelines of that journal. Okay, and you may take a review as well. Okay, you may take a review as well. So this is what they call it as the, okay, paper pal, PAL, okay, .com. Okay, so all those things are appearing here as well again. That is human expert services, all those things are there. This is my account. Okay, and then again there are other things. So right now I'm using free plan. Okay, so you may claim some offers. Even their events are going on, so you may join any one of their event wherein they show you, they demonstrate you that is how to use this particular tool. Okay, let us go ahead with one more thing, with what they call it as answer this. Have you heard this? Answer this, right?
So it's new.
No, sir.
Answer this. Yes, sir. You are using it?
No, sir. Never heard
Acha,
before.
It's
Acha,
new.
never heard. Okay. So answer this AI. Okay. Sign in. Okay. So this is answer this. All right. So AI writer is there. You can search paper, citation map, diagram. Oh, what else is there? You can build AI agent. Let's say. Okay. So agentic AI up to some extent, but it is not pro feature. It is a pro feature, right? I'll show you that is how to generate AI agent. Okay, no worries. Okay, no worries. I'll show you. Okay, but as far as this particular, it is in pro. Okay, it is in pro. But let's say in AI, okay, and somebody was talking about Zotero and Mendeley. Okay, so let's say if you have got some stuff available in Zotero or Mendeley, you can direct fetch it here. Okay, Zotero or Mendeley. Okay. But let's say if you want to upload certain files or you wish to fetch some files, okay, you can do that quite easily using this. Okay. All right. So it is loading certain papers. Or you can drag and drop. What has happened? Once I have loaded that paper, these things will start appearing here. That is source information, that the same PDF I have uploaded here. Okay, it will show you the preview. And these many things you can do. That is relevant research gap, methodology of all those paper, you can do it quite easily using this. Answer this. Okay, so answer this is typically used for research paper writing. You can write complete paper from scratch to finish. Okay, and then it has got that link with that canvas and notebook again, that is there. Okay, so this is there. And then I think somewhere we were talking about that is how to preserve your privacy and secrecy. Okay, so there are tools. Okay, see, it is giving you, these are all built in: future work, limitation, contribution. Okay, simply click on these tabs, you will get the extract from all those papers. Okay, right now I have loaded that PDF. Sorry. Okay, so this is there. Now let's try something wherein how to preserve yourself from the privacy or secrecy issue. So there is a framework called LM Studio. Any idea about this? So you can Google it, LM Studio free download. LM Studio free download. Okay, so go to this LM Studio free download by the very first file, first link, sorry. And let's say if you are using Windows, it requires minimum Windows 10. Okay, 10 onwards it will work. Okay. Okay, so you can download this file, okay, which is a big file as a matter of fact, and then simply double click on that, install it. Okay, I will not show you the installation and all because it will consume some time, but I'll show you that is how to do it. That is, this is the file LM Studio 0.3.341x64. Okay, you can download it and double click on that and start using that particular file. Okay, start using that particular file. Okay, so this is LM Studio. LM Studio, once you installed it, okay, I'll show you. But the problem with this tool is it is resource hungry. It is freely available. Resource hungry in a sense, it will require minimum i7 processor with good amount of primary memory and what should I say? Some terabytes of hard disk space. Sorry, okay, good amount of hard disk space that is needed. That is needed. Okay, so it is resource hungry. Now, what you can do? Okay, you can populate this. This is basically a framework within which you can download and populate certain AI tool. Okay. For example, right now I have downloaded and installed two tools called as Gamma 2 and Llama 3.2. Okay. Now you can pick any one of them. Okay, because right now I have installed only two. As I said, that is, there are restrictions in terms of memory and all. So Llama I have installed. So whatever I type here, that is whatever prompt I will type here. Okay, and whatever are the responses, they will be kept on my local machine. So once you download it, install it, and populate with some AI model, okay, whatever interaction you will have, it will be between you and your machine locally. Okay, it will be between you and your machine locally. So the privacy, secrecy, and the what, okay, which we are talking about, those things will be automatically sorted out.
So it is totally
I
offline,
hope you are
right,
getting
sir?
me. It is totally offline. Once you download and install it, it is totally offline, sir.
Okay, thank
But
you,
you need to download this LM Studio, okay, free download, and
sir.
then you can populate it with the models, whatever you wish to. So there are some free open source models available, just like here I have downloaded two model, Gamma 2 and Llama 3.2.
Okay, sir.
I hope it is visible to you. Right.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
now here onwards, I don't require any internet connectivity. I don't require any internet connectivity. Moment I switch on, these two models will be loaded whenever I upload that LM Studio, and it will be populated with these two models, right? And then you can interact with this model. So whatever responses will be there, again, it will be on your local machine. I hope you are getting it.
Sir, will I be choosing only one model at a time, or if I download some 5 models, will it?
Out of five, you need to select only one, right?
Okay, okay, okay.
Whatever you feel most appropriate for the activity you want to carry out. But
Okay.
whatever responses are there, those responses will be on your local machine. Okay, there is
Okay.
no privacy secrecy breach. Okay, as in case of Notebook LM, whatever activity you were carrying out, it was on the Google Cloud. Okay, so there is every possibility that whatever contents are there, it is in the public domain. So there is breach of privacy, secrecy, and all those issues are there. So those things can be sorted out using this tool, LM Studio. Okay. On the similar line, we have another tool, what they call it as the Olama. Have you heard this tool? Olama. Okay. Now let me show you again. Okay. Olama is another tool. Okay. Let's go to Olama. Again, it is freely available. You can download it. Olama framework. Let me close this because it is consuming a lot of resources, right? Let me close this. my machine system is hanged. I'm not getting anything. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Acha, the problem is there is no response from my machine. So as you can see here, it is still working on it. Okay. Okay. 2 seconds so that it will close down.
Sir, I think you can try opening Task Manager and close it.
Yes, sir. That is what I'm trying. But what is happening is,
Control Shift Escape, sir.
yes. Oh, now it is not accepting anything. So you
Sir,
give me,
Control Delete and
Just
end
click,
task.
sir,
yes,
just click
ma'am.
Control Shift Escape, sir. You can see the
Yes.
Task Manager. Yeah, it's out, sir.
Yeah, but what is happening? It is background. It is still running, as you can see. Okay, it is still running. Okay, let me quit LM. Yeah, now it is okay. Okay, now I think it is closed. Okay, so what I was referring to, go to this Olama free download. Okay. Oh, some issue with regard to. Yes. So this is download Olama on Windows. Okay, again it is there on Linux as well as Mac OS. Okay, but you need to download. If you are working on Windows, you need to download this. Okay, download it, install it on your machine. Okay, and what you can do, I'll show you. That is how it works. That is. There is something wrong with my machine. Yeah, here you can say Olama. Okay, so once you install it, okay, you can check it whether it is properly installed or not. Okay, by simply executing this on the prompt Olama. Okay, now it is showing that it is properly installed. Okay, that executable file. Oh. Now this is the model I am running. Okay, but you need to pull this model. Actually, what has happened, I have simply installed it. Just like I was talking about the LM Studio. In case of LM Studio, what you need to do is you need to add models. Right now, I have not added any model. That's why it is saying that file does not exist. Okay. So you need to pull the model as well. Okay. So once you pull it and then you run it again, whatever activity you will carry out, it is very similar to your LM Studio. But again, very resource hungry, minimum i7 processor and other things you will require in this case. Okay. Now it has got a cloud version as well. Yes. Yes, this is the
Is
cloud.
it like running Python, sir? Python program?
Not running Python, sir. Actually, it is a framework. Okay, within which you can run various AI model. Okay.
sir.
So it is just like LM Studio, as I was referring to. Okay. So
Okay.
again, these models you can run in two different modes. One is you are on your local machine. Second is on the cloud. So cloud is not the option we are looking for. We are looking for something on your local machine. Okay. So you can run it in both the way. For example, if you run here from here, it will be on the cloud. Okay. Now this is the cloud version. Okay, which we do not want. All right. So you may run it on your local machine by populating the various models. Now, let's say you want to take notes. This session is going on. Okay, you want to take notes of this session in textual notes. Okay, so there is a product called Granola. Have you heard this? Granola. Okay, this is Granola app. Okay, if you download this and you feed your calendar to it, what it will do, it will take care of the entire session. It will join automatically and it will take notes, right? It will take notes, right? So this is Granola. Okay, on this line, you have got lot many applications like say Otter AI is there. Okay, Otter, O-T-T-E-R, Otter, and so on. Okay, now I'll show you something on the, what should I say, agentic front. Okay, agentic front, we have very many things, like say what they call it as, there is a complete group of tools available, what they refer to it as a robotic process automation tool, or RPA tool in short. Okay, this is one complete category of tools. Okay, one complete category of tool called as RPA tool, that is robotic process automation tool. Okay, so what does this mean? Robotic meaning thereby you want to, instead of human being, you want to use some robot who will take care of all those. Okay, and process is any activity. Okay, whatever project you want to carry out in a methodical manner, you may refer to it as activity or process. Okay, and automation is doing those things without human intervention. That is, you don't require any human intervention in that. Okay, so under this category, we have got basically 5 popular tools. Okay, 5 popular tools. The very first one is what they call it as the Blue Prism. Second is Work Fusion. Blue Prism, Work Fusion, UiPath, Automation Anywhere, and Pega, P-E-G-A, Pega. Okay, out of these 5, because they are all commercial product, they are all commercial product. They are highly commercial product. Okay, the only freely available tool is what they call it as the UiPath Community Edition. Okay, so this UiPath Community Edition, you can very well download on your local machine. Okay, UiPath Community Edition. Okay, if you are available on chat, okay, I will type here UiPath Community Edition. Okay, simply Google it and download it, UiPath Community Edition. So you will get executable file, again very resource hungry. Download it, install it on your machine, and start using it for doing anything without knowing ABC of computer programming. I tell you, without writing a single line of code, you can automate any
Sir, your
process.
slide is not moving.
Hello,
Slide is not moving, sir.
slide is not visible. Acha. Whether you can see my desktop now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll show you this UiPath which I have installed on my machine. Okay. Again, resource hungry. It will require a lot of resources. Minimum i7 processor with good amount of primary memory and good amount of hard disk space. Okay. Now this UiPath, okay, I'll show you that is how it works. You can feel the heat. Okay, my objective is not to train you in all these areas, but the objective is to demonstrate the power of AI. Okay, so this is UiPath Studio Community. Okay, on the right hand side, you have got lot of templates available. You can design any automation process, you can test it, and you can do any damn thing. Okay, this is the small project which I have developed. Okay, this is my first project. As you can see here, the title. Okay, I'm loading that project. And what this project is all about, wherein the user will be prompted with a message, enter your name, and the system will respond to welcome to the session. That is all. Okay. So what I have done basically here is, as you can see, let give me some time so that it will be loaded, so that you can see the things, how it is happening. Right now it is being loaded. Okay, so I have taken one sequence. Okay, one sequence wherein the name of that sequence I have given as Atique. Okay, there is an input dialog and there is a message box that is welcome to the session. Okay, so one after another, three small, I think, boxes I have picked up from this end and drag and drop them here. Okay, that is all. Okay, one is the sequence, second is the input dialog, and the third one is the message box. I am not writing a single line of a code, simply dragging and dropping from this particular end to this particular panel. And now we will run this. Okay, we will run this. So moment you run this, okay, it is being executed right now. Okay, it is being executed right now. Okay, so you are prompted with a message, what is your name? Here, whatever name you type, let's say Mohammad Atique. Okay, click on OK. Okay, so it will take that string and it will appropriately respond to that welcome to the session. Okay, that is all. Okay. All right. So this is a small project. Now, the power of this UI path is you can automate any damn process. Okay, as I was referring to the washing machine or anything. Okay, but you should be clear about your ideas, the flow. Okay, once you are clear about your ideas, like for example, if you wish to write a spam detector and deleter, okay, this is a small agent. Okay, what it will do, it will detect the emails which are tagged as spam and it will identify it and it will delete all those mails from your inbox. So you can generate that. You can do that. I will show you another example. Okay. So those sorts of, this is agentic. Okay. You can build agent. Okay. And you can very well ask it to do the activity, whatever you desired for. Okay. So this is UI path. Okay. This is UI path. Now let us move ahead with agentic kind of development. Yes.
Then, sir, there is a question.
बोलिए.
Then there will be no ERP?
There will be no
ERP?
enterprise-wise resource planning.
Yes, sir. I mean, I hope.
ERP is a big thing, sir. ERP is a big thing. Those are very big systems, as a matter of fact. Okay. In ERP for manufacturing, it is different. For, you can say, sales, it is different. So for resource management, it is different. So that is a big software, sir. That is altogether different. Okay. ERP is altogether different, sir. But I'll show you the power of this with probably this is the last tool. Okay, we may have few more. Okay, if you allow me. But this Zapier is there. Okay. Okay, Zapier. Have you heard Zapier? Zapier. Any idea about Zapier? Zapier automation. Now you can build what they call it as the agentic AI. Okay, using Zapier. Let me log in. There are a lot of, yes. So here we have logged in to my Zapier account. Now look at the power of this. Okay, there is a button called My Agents. Okay, if you want to create a new agent, you can click on this. Okay, let's say new agent, you can click on this. These many built-in formats are there, wherein it will take care of your customer. That is call follow-up. Okay, whatever we used to get call from the, you can say, the various companies. Okay, so they must have created some agent. Okay, most of the time it is IVR kind of activity. okay, which will simply intimate you, well, your plan is going to expire and so on, please recharge immediately, something like that. Okay, so outreach agent, these many built-in templates are there. Okay, SEO analysis, you can say the outreach agent, okay, then lead gen search, okay, and so on. These are built-in. Okay, I'll show you what I have already created, my agents. Okay, these are
So we
my
are not
agents.
able to see your screen.
Is it?
At least I am not able.
I don't know what is happening. Okay, let me check it out.
Sir,
I
actually,
think
Kundan
Dr.
sir's
Kundan sir.
screen is shared. Dr. Kundan
Sorry, I have
Tide.
not shared the screen.
No, sir, it is not your fault. It is actually done by Kundan Tide, sir.
Kundan Kade, sir, any problem at your end? Please look into it.
Yes, sir. Now your
Now
screen
we
is
can see, sir. We can see.
Okay, okay. Is this okay? Shall I move ahead? Whether you can see this?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
we
sir.
can
Yes,
see
sir.
this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can create some agent. Okay, you can create some agent. As I said, that is going to this Zapier again. You don't require anything other than your Gmail ID for logging into this particular account or creating your account. This is my own account I am showing you. At present, I am having this 0 by 400, these many activities I can do. Okay, these many points I have got in my account. Okay, once these are expired, then I will not be able to do anything. But this is the agent which I have created, wherein I'm writing, you can say, mail to all the participants whosoever have asked something or the other with regard to my MMTC, my calendar, and so on. Okay, so but that functionality I have not written here. Okay, so whenever I get, this is the prompt you are supposed to write. So when I get a new mail, this is the ready-made template. Okay, I have not written anything here. This is the ready-made template I am using it. Okay, so you may add a tool, you may add knowledge source. Now, what is knowledge source? Knowledge source is your, maybe in case of my MMTC, it is my calendar for the entire year, whatever programs I am going to run at my center. So I may add that knowledge source as that particular PDF file. And what it will do, it will take, while responding to the queries, it will take that knowledge source and it will reply. Somebody asked that when, sir, your R&D program is scheduled. So let's say if it is scheduled in the month of March 2026, so it will come up with the answer, well, it is scheduled from this March to this March. It will go through the calendar and it will give the responses. So this can be done, can be done automatically. Okay. So this is the trigger. Okay. My agents, as I am showing you. Okay. So these are the agents which I have created. Okay. These are the triggers. Okay. Then go to bottom. Okay. Add a tool, add a knowledge source, and edit trigger. Okay, you may edit the trigger and then you may say on demand. Okay, and you may run it. Okay. So run agent. I'm running this agent. A criteria based. This is the another agent which I am running right now. So what it is doing, it is accessing my Gmail account, whatever I have used for the login purpose, analyzing all the mails, composing answers, and then sending it to the person. Okay, automatically. Okay. So this is the assistant. This is the agentic AI. Okay. Now this I have done randomly. Okay. This is actually for resume screening. Let's say you want to employ few people. Okay. So you are getting responses, thousands of mail in response to your advertisement. So you may use this agent. Okay, which will analyze one by one each and every profile or resume, and it will give them the appropriate responses. If they are not satisfying the eligibility criteria, it will respond that, well, sir, thanks for reaching out to us, but we are sorry, we will not be in a position to accommodate you as you do not satisfy the criteria which is there in the advertisement and so on. Right. So all these activities can be done easily by creating agents. Okay, that is what I was trying to emphasize here. So Zapier, on the similar line, you have very many tools. Okay, very many tools. Now, before we conclude, let me show you one platform, what they call it as the open router. I don't know whether I am exceeding my time limit or we do have time with us.
Sir,
Sir, we
you
have
have time up
20
to
more
6
minutes.
o'clock, sir.
Okay, okay, no issue. And whether you are enjoying the session.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir,
we
very
are
much.
enjoying.
We
Yes,
enjoy the
sir.
hands-on sessions.
Exactly, sir.
Okay. Let's say if somebody will ask you, sir, how many tools are there as on date in AI? Here is the solution for you, right? Open router is the platform. Okay. Now it will show you, it is a culmination of all the models. Okay, culmination of all the models. So simply click on these models. It will show you that these many models are available, 584 models by various providers, GPT, DeepSeek, and so on. Okay, GPT, DeepSeek, and so on. Okay, so अब यहाँ पे आपको क्या करना है, what you are supposed to do is you need to identify your modalities, input modalities and the output modalities. Let's say you want to give input as text and you want output as text, then you need to pick up this text and text. Okay, or let's say if your input modality is image and output is again image, so you can play with all those tools. Okay, then you can say supported parameters if you just try to recall. Okay, temperature, I think somewhere I have talked about. So what is temperature? You can set here. Okay, top P, if you remember, just try to recall all those parameters. Okay, then min P, that is only few parameters we have seen, but there are many. Okay, then max token, if you just try to recall. Okay, repetition penalty, presence penalty, frequency penalty, all those things can be set out here quite easily by simply selecting the appropriate one. Right. So these many, you can say the parameters are there, supported parameters. Now, if you look at this tool, again, very fantastic tool. Okay, it will give you the ranking among those tools. Okay, which tool is best for which particular purpose. Say for example, Grok code fast by XAI. Now, let's say I want to explore this in greater detail. Okay, I click on that, it will show me that is the area in which this has been ranked as number 1. So programming, it is number 1, academia, it is number 6, translation, it is number 7. Right. So this is the overall ranking. Who are the providers? What is their performance? What are the various applications available? So you can go through all those things here. Right. Then you may chat with more than one tool in a single go by going to this chat option. Okay, go to this chat option, go to AI in education, all right, and there we are, right? So it is giving me responses with regard to these many models. Okay, these many models. Okay, whatever I have selected, I may add up few more if I feel like. So you can go for adding few more model. Okay, say Nova 2. Okay, now it is giving me that response to that regard. Okay, so I can even analyze the outputs of more than one model under one roof, and that is open router. Okay, that is open router. Okay, now again, let's say instead of going for individual subscription, okay, you may acquire some credits, maybe paying some 500 rupees or 1000 rupees. Okay, and you can play with all these models. Okay, you can play with all these models. Okay, but earlier you may get free version with limited functionality. That is again possible. Okay, read our state of AI analysis, 100 tokens of real LLM usage. That is up to 100 T tokens of LLM usage. It is free. Okay, so that we need to restrict ourselves. Okay, if you go beyond that, definitely you have to pay for it. Right, you have, and the reason I have already told you why it is so, because all these tools, the training cost is in millions of US dollar. Okay, then you get information about the providers, that is who are the companies, say Alibaba Cloud, Aeon Labs, and more, whether it is Amazon Bedrock or Amazon Nova or Azure, right, or whatever, right? So these many DeepSeek, okay, these are the companies who are providing all these models. Okay, So this is open router ranking. Ranking, I think I have shown you. Okay. So in ranking, this is your leaderboard wherein you will get ranking. Okay. And this is again dynamically it is changing with respect to this is the market share. It is showing everything with regard to all those models, whatever are available on this platform. Okay. So this is about open router, right? Open router. Okay. Hope you are enjoying the session.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this is
sir.
almost, I am almost done, right? I am almost done. But
Sir, have you come across chat PDF?
that PDF I have already shown you, sir, under various tools. That is, if you just recall,
Okay, yes,
that
yes, sir. Actually, there is like ChatGPT, there is a separate website called as chat PDF also.
yes, that is
That is
again there.
good.
But there are again tools like say, what should I say, Gamma, then Sky Space is there, right?
Yes.
For research purposes. Then Review It is there. Any idea about Review It? Review It will review your paper, peer
Yes.
reviewing of manuscript. Okay, so
Yes.
from the name itself, you can guess the functionality. So
Right.
Review It is there. Then Maora is there, which will conduct the literature review.
Yes.
Moara, Maora, right? Then Research Rabbit, I think I have forgot to demonstrate. Research Rabbit is there. Okay. Then Bohorim, which will convert the paper to poster. So this is good. Okay, you may try some hands-on on this. Bohorim. Right? So this bohorim.com, what it will do, it will convert your paper into a poster. Okay, which normally we require when our paper is selected, okay, as a poster paper. So you need to convert that paper into a poster. So that is possible using this. This is again very fantastic tool. Okay, you may explore it later on. Okay, Research Rabbit, as I have told you. Then connected paper is there. Any idea about connected papers? Oh, connected paper, you can try some hands-on. It will give you some graphical presentation of it will build some graph of the area you wish to search for. Say AI in computational chemistry. Right? And say build graph. Okay. Now it is building graph for the area I am into. Yes, there we are. Right. Now it has built graph. It is showing me the connectivity of how one work is connected with the other one. Now you can find out the prior work, derivative work, and whatnot. That is again there on a single click. Okay. So this will help you in identifying the real literature in your domain. Okay. You can do it quite easily. You can identify the authors, okay, those who are really good in your domain or the area you are into. Okay. So this is connected paper. It will give you diagrammatic representation as well. Okay. Apart from this, there are very many things which I don't think that I will not be in a position to demonstrate at this point of time. But you can find the DOI. Even some of the papers are available through this platform. Okay, free of cost. Okay, that is again there. Okay, but again, this is the free version is for limited functionality. Okay, if you want, you need to go for a upgrade. Okay, so this connected paper, and on the similar line, you have got Research Rabbit. Okay, you can explore this Research Rabbit. Okay, again, you need to log in. Okay, here you are supposed to type all those things. Okay, let me show me my library because it will consume time. Now, as I said, that is, you can directly fetch your papers which are there in the Zotero collection. So you can fetch that Zotero, again, that is possible to fetch the Zotero collection. Okay. You may give some collection name, but I'll not show you the entire thing. You can explore it later on. Okay. So this is Research Rabbit. Okay. This is Research Rabbit. This rabbit is doing your job. Okay. All right. See, look at the beauty of this. That is, if you scroll down, okay, here you can jot down. Let's say you are interested in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Which quartile you are interested in? You can directly specify here. You are interested in journal H index or some value, that can be done. Let's say if you are interested in papers which are retracted in your area, okay, or open access paper. So all those settings can be done. Those filters can be set quite easily here. Okay. And then again, it will draw the diagram just like in case of connected graphs we have, or sorry, connected papers we have seen. Okay, so this is Research Rabbit. Again, this is used for identifying papers for literature review. Okay, so you can identify numerous papers. Okay, that too quite easily using this Research Rabbit. So I
Sir,
think
this is
yes, sir.
This is an alternative to Google Scholar.
Connected paper.
We can
not Google Scholar.
We can use this.
No, Google Scholar is altogether different. Google Scholar, again, it is not using AI, any AI. Whereas this one is using AI, built-in AI strategies, right? Google Scholar, the approach is quite old, sir. It uses page ranking and all those sort of things, right? This is altogether different. But now Google is incorporating these features into that AI-based search. Okay. If you Google it, okay, in Google itself, you will find whether you want to go for a normal search or a AI-based search. Okay, that is again there. Okay. But there are tools like, say, Thesify. Okay, receive feedback on your thesis. You give your thesis, it will give you the feedback. It will analyze it and it will give you the feedback. Then there are many things. There are many things on these lines. Okay, but I think this is enough as far as this session is concerned, and I hope you must have enjoyed the entire session, right? And I've tried my level best to give justice whatever little time has been assigned to me, right? So with this word, if there are any questions, intentionally I've kept 5 minutes for any questionnaire or discussion. So I'll be happy to.
Sir, will you please spell that Maura again?
M-O-A-R-A. Right? Maura.
Okay, sir.
M-O-A-R-A. For conducting literature review.
Yes, sir. Noted.
Okay, okay.
I posted the link also in the chat box.
If you Google it, the very first link you will find. Okay, no worries. Okay, or if you want
some 2 or 3 more are there.
Okay, okay, little bit confusing.
Yes.
Tell you. So, sir is doing a great job for me. He's helping me out. Okay, thank you.
It's
thank
a really
you,
great
What's your name, sir?
Sir, I'm Dr. K. Kaviyarasu.
Kaviyarasu. From which place?
Vivekananda College, Kanyakumari.
Kanyakumari, great.
Yes, Tamil Nadu, sir.
Great, great.
So, really, your session, we enjoyed a lot, sir, because there are many informative things, and these tools definitely will be of great help for us.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being patiently explaining things, sir. In spite of your busy schedule, I suppose we saw how you are busy.
But I am sorry for that, actually, what has happened. But this never happens in my sessions. Generally, I never used to get the calls, but I have to keep my mobile because there are many responsibilities. I am holding the charge of head of the department. I have a big department, around 10, 20 odd people are there. Okay, but really sorry for that. Okay, whatever has happened.
Please do not do this, sir, because we really understand your situation. And of course, we enjoyed your session. So it
Thank you,
did
sir.
not disturb us, sir.
Thank you so
Very
much.
nice session, sir.
So nice, sir. Thank you.
The research tools were really decent, sir.
Thank you
you,
so
sir.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
We
Nice
got
session.
many ideas.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We have to
Very
explore now
informative session, sir.
a
Thank
lot.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Nice.
Roll
Thank you.
number
Thank you, sir.
49.
Thank you, sir.
Roll number 49, are you there? G. Purushottaman.
Madam, no issue, no formality.
Sir. Please wait, sir. Wait.
No issue.
Actually, it is protocol of our program that every
Not needed.
time we have to follow that protocol.
Not
Just wait, sir. If he is
No
not
problem.
there, I will be there for proposing vote of thanks. On behalf of the UGC Malvi Mission Teacher Training Center and the entire refresher course organizing committee, it will be my distinct honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for today's profoundly enriching session. We are truly indebted to Professor Mohammad Atique for taking the time out of his incredibly busy schedule to be with us today and share his expertise. Professor Atique, sir, your illuminating lecture on artificial intelligence was truly insightful and thought-provoking. For us as educators undergoing this refresher course, the clarity with which you demonstrated was excellent. You didn't just share knowledge, you have brilliantly opened our minds to the transformative potential and innovations which are happening in the academia. And our own teaching pedagogies are changing, will change accordingly. The practical implications and forward-looking vision you provided are a testament to our deep engagement with the cutting-edge field. Thank you once again, Professor Atique, sir, for enriching our intellectual environment and inspiring us with your contributions.
Thank you very much. Thank you for patience.
Thank you, sir.
Madam, sorry, what I thought you have
Thank you,
finished.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
It was
Thank
nice
you,
lecture,
one
sir.
and all.
Thank
And
you,
hope
sir.
you enjoyed the session. See you soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Be in
sir.
touch.
Definitely, sir.